Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Apex Predator mission set in Berlin, Germany. And today we will be taking care of the T-47 challenge, which entails completing the entire mission while disguised as a biker and exiting on the bicycle or the motorcycle, which will also get us the full throttle discovery or feat. And at the end of this video we will also cover the Herr Ziegler +1 that wasn't working for me yesterday. But for today all we're going to need to bring with us will be a shotgun, silenced if preferable. If you don't have a shotgun, there are some available on the map. So right from the start and off the bat, we are going to go from the club around to the staff entrance and retrieve our shotgun. I will point out where a shotgun can be acquired from if you do not have one. So once we have our shotgun, we're going to make our way around to the large crane area where we would normally take care of the crane trauma challenge. You can see it there off in the distance. We're going to hug the wall to our right all the way around. We're going to vault over the low part of the wall here, stick close to the building. We're going to move around with the building, and then we're going to cross over the road, and we're going to use a nice big long iron girder for cover here. And we're just going to make our way along here and into the bushes beyond. And there is one of our targets. We're going to grab the crowbar that's on the girder there, use all of the bushes for cover. Hopefully, yes, our target has now moved away. We can continue on, and we're going to make our way into the biker's entrance, because one of our requirements is that we are disguised as a biker. So we're going to make our way down into the basement stairwell, and once down and in the stairwell we can go up to the first floor just here, where is another of our targets who's currently in our way. He is going to slow us down somewhat, this guy, but once he's got his back to us we can make our way into the room, and we're just going to hide right here by these boxes for our target basically to finish his phone call, check in, go back into his usual routine because he's not quite in it at the moment, and then bugger off. Then, and only then, can we take out the other guard who is over to our left at the moment. We should be able to just see him on the mini-map there. So our target has now just checked in. There is the other guard. He's now going back to his normal routine of standing by the forklift over there. And eventually, once he's checked in once again, because he's moved 10 feet, he will then bugger off. Anytime now, mate. There he goes. So he should, in the next moment or two, wander off. And when he does, there he goes, we can then finally get behind the guard here, render him unconscious, grab his gun, grab his body. Now there's nowhere really decent to hide anyone. I used to try it on the stairwell just off to the right there, but someone eventually does come along and find him. So once we've got him safely tucked up as best we can behind that big grey square thing, you want to take his outfit, which I've forgotten to do, which is another reason why this is a bit of a long video, because I do forget a couple of items and I have to go back and do them again. So we're going to select our silenced shotgun. If you do not have a shotgun, there is one in the next room. There are a number of bikers in there, so you want to have your biker's outfit on. But we're now ready and in position for our target to return. So when he does, hopefully he's going to see that gun, which he doesn't. And that happens a number of times to me. I've managed to edit some of the longer waits and them not discovering stuff out of the video. But luckily we still have our briefcase with us, so I'm going to throw the briefcase over there to keep his attention. We just need him away from that corner, because there are, like I said, 2 guards in the other room, and they can see if you shoot him there. So we need him to move into this room a little bit more, just like he is, and then we can shoot him with our silent shotgun. If you don't have the silent shotgun, this is going to be a lot trickier, and the only method I've found is to drag each and every member, unconscious but still alive, up to the roof, and then shoot them all up there. That will take a very long time. So we have target 1 taken care of. Again, if you don't have the silenced shotgun, there's one just in the room directly behind us. So we're now going to make our way up to the next floor and through to where the sniper is. So just being aware of where our target is in this area. So we're going to run right round the back of the weed farm up to the sniper's nest. And you'll notice I did grab a remote detonator here. Now, any weapon will do. I could have grabbed our last target's gun, but I thought that would be a better one to be grabbing. And we're just going to drop that on by that crate on the floor there, so that our non-target guard, when he's finished his cigarette, will go over on his routine. He will spot that detonator, or the breaching charge, or whatever it was, I can't actually remember now, and he will move and take that away. And once he gets to the stairs and buggers off, we can then approach our target with our shotgun in hand, or not. Even with the silent shotgun, I do not trust the guy downstairs. There is a guard downstairs who hears everything, basically. I've knocked this target out with crowbars and the guy's come looking. I've shot him with silenced pistols, the guy has come looking. So the safest method I have found is to render your target unconscious, drag him outside onto the external stairs, and then shoot him. So there we go. So that's one more target taken care of. We're going to leave all of his stuff there, because that will keep the other guard in this room distracted for some time, and we can then move into the next room, render the guard in here unconscious. We're going to hide his body in the closet provided at the back of the room here, and we're going to take his gun as well, not forgetting to collect our crowbar, which may very well come in handy later on. Now we need this guy's gun as a distraction for our next target. Just remember, there is a camera at the bottom of these stairs leading down to the weed farm, which we are going to use our silenced gun to take care of, not the assault rifle. So we're going to make our way into the weed farm, and we're going to place the gun just behind where I've dropped it there. Would probably be much better, because basically we want our target to go around that corner, say far enough so that we can get behind him, render him unconscious, and drag him away. So once the target makes it to the area, we're going to take out our crowbar and we're going to throw it over in the corner of the room there. That will get our target's attention. He will go round to investigate. With any luck, he will see the gun. It doesn't really matter because we've thrown the crowbar right into the corner. So once he comes to investigate, we can then render him unconscious, and we're going to drag his body upstairs to the closet where we've already secured one guard. Don't forget your crowbar. So once we've got him upstairs, we can then execute him. So again, we're just being extra cautious to maintain the silent assassin rating. I don't know if shooting him where he was and leaving his body there would be okay. It may be, it may not be. I'm not running the risk of it. So once we've got our guard at the closet provided, we're then going to pull out our silent shotgun, shoot him in the chest, hide his body in the closet provided, and that's 3 targets down. So now we're going to make our way back down to the ground floor via the stairwell at the end of the building here. And our next two targets will be Agent Green, who is up on the club roof. And then the final target will be the one I always call Crane Guy, because I can never remember his name. So we're going to make our way up onto the roof. I'm just looking to see if there's a way I can get at that camera there. I don't like that camera being there. I want rid of it. But it does seem that the only way is from up here or down on the ground. So once we have that camera dealt with, we're going to make our way up onto the roof of the club to where Agent Green is patrolling. We also have a number of other guards on this roof, the first of which, the nearest to us, will need to be removed. So once again, utilizing our crowbar, and as long as the target is nowhere in sight or nowhere nearby, we can then throw the crowbar just outside of the doors to the stairwell here. And when the guard comes to investigate, we can pounce on him from behind, render him unconscious, and we're going to drag his body into the building and into the awaiting dumpster. So there we go. So now things will start moving pretty quickly, because we have no one to worry about up here. We can just literally run out and shoot our target. We can even leave his body as well if we so wish. I am going to re-grab my crowbar just in case I need it once again. Our target is now approaching, so we're just going to break out, walk out in front of him, and just as he recognizes us, we're going to put a bullet in his chest. Like I said, I am being overcautious and I'm dragging his body and putting it in the dumpster, although I do not believe anyone else comes in the vicinity of this area. You could leave his body there. So with him taken care of, that's 4 targets down, 1 to go, and our last target, as I mentioned, is the Crane Guy, and we are basically just gonna run up because he's in position right this second. If we can get here quick enough, pull out our crowbar, throw our crowbar out into the middle of the road there. Hopefully we've just caught his attention. He will come and investigate that, and hopefully will position himself between the concrete cylinder over there, or have that concrete cylinder just to the left of screen between him and the 2 guards off to the yonder, so that we can then break cover, shoot him in the chest, and drag his body into the bushes provided. So that's all of our targets taken care of. So all that's left for us to do now is to exit the mission, and it's at this point I realized I forgot to grab the bike keys. So we're going to go back into the bikers building and we're going to grab those, and I can also point out a little bit more clearly where the non-silent shotgun is. So we're going to take out the camera above the doors on the first floor here, make our way into the rec room area, and on the table by the TV are the keys, and on the table by the pool table is a shotgun. So once we have our keys, we can then make our way to the back of the building, and I'll find an awaiting motorcycle, although that is technically a chopper. So there you go, that is the T-47 challenge taken care of. Stay tuned for the Herr Ziegler +1. So as I said at the beginning, I tried to cover this in my last video yesterday, but for some reason it was not working for me. I've since figured out what was wrong. It was a combination of a small glitch and my inaccuracy and my ineptness. So here we go with the Herr Ziegler +1 challenge, which is to get on the guest list. We need to start at the bus stop. That's important. You don't need to bring a covert shotgun with you. We just need to start at the bus stop. So from the bus stop, and right from the very start, we've got a long trek ahead of us. So we are going to run all the way down past the radio tower and towards the club through the woods here. and we are going to skip the cutscene as well, and I will go through basically first of all what I did to achieve the challenge and what I did wrong, and then I'll show you what I did right finally. So once we've skipped the cutscene, we're going to hide behind the rock just here for one of the agents whose name eludes me to make his way past. We're then going to sneak up behind him, render him unconscious before we move on. Now, this is the way I was doing it yesterday, although I did actually kill the target and take all of his stuff, but for some reason it wasn't working. So at this point we're going to go and see Herr Ziegler. Here he is. He's the guy in the overalls with the mohawk, and this is where I got up to yesterday essentially, because he needs to make a phone call and explain that he's lost his medication. Hint hint, wink wink. But he doesn't make that phone call, and I could not for the life of me figure out why. I started a video highlighting how many attempts I'd made at this in how many disguises and starting locations and things like that, but he would just keep going through this motion in 3 different spots. He goes basically a triangle shape, and I followed him for about an hour and couldn't figure it out. Then eventually I thought to myself, right, let's go back and kill the agent up in the woods and take all of his stuff and then come back again. And I'd also grabbed the medication at the start of the mission yesterday as well, which I have not done today. So I don't know if that is a deciding factor or not. But once we've got the agent's stuff and eliminated him, we're going to go back and see if that does anything to Hans Ziegler. Or Herr Ziegler, should I say, not Hans. So he's going through his routine, and when he makes his way to his next point, this is where he should pull out a phone and begin a phone call. So we're hoping, once he's done his little look routine here, looking out into the woods for a bicycle, hopefully now, yes, he pulls out his phone finally. So while he's on the phone, we're going to quickly run over to the fence here. We're looking for a bright green bike, and in the basket of that bright green bike is some medication. Well, that's what it's classed as. We're going to wait for the phone call to finish, and the target will then engage us in conversation, and we can give him his pills, and he will then let us into the club for free.
Hello, excuse me. I was wondering if you could help me find my bike. Now I have lost my allergy pills, if you know what I mean. I can get you in for free if you help me. I know you're busy, but you didn't happen to find my bike with my...
So we're going to give him his allergy pills, and he's now going to get us free entry into the club.
I can get you in for free. You know, you look like a man who needs to let off a little steam.
I accept.
Oh, you are a little stiff. You really need to come inside. But I promise you, my allergy pills can remove some of that tension. Follow me.
So at this point, all we've got to do is follow him to the club entrance, and he will announce his presence for the guest list +1, which is us, and the challenge will pop.
The name is Herr Ziegler, and this gentleman is my +1. Go inside. Next.
So there we go. There is the Herr Ziegler +1 challenge, plus the T-47 challenge. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.